I have the sun. Yep, sorry.
Yeah, we got the sun. What do I need a lamp for? I'm not spending the
exactly.
extra electricity, you know?
There is something about natural lighting too, not to sort of take it the fartsy way,
absolutely.
but yeah.
We're live.
We are live. I started the show, and then all that momentum we built backstage. It started because we were talking about fruits shaped like pussies, and now
exactly.
That look like
now that we
butts.
stopped talking about that, the whole show died. So I don't know what that.
We shouldn't.
Oh no! We
Well,
started talking about electricity.
so everybody, we'll go ahead and just say hello real quick. I'm of course Ginge Gingerton. Alongside me is the human papaya, Mr. Pedro Ang.
Munching Pedro Ang. Sorry, guys.
Absolutely. And we are welcoming back to the show thrice, I believe. If not, then it's the fourth, but okay, thrice. We don't get a chance to say that enough, just generally speaking, thrice. But welcome, buddy. Mike Gatti, bringing us some fresh mozzarella, as I understand it.
What's that?
Bringing us some fresh mozzarella.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
No, you know the whole thing.
I'm happy to do these things.
Thank you for coming back. You do have a book to promote as well, but we do have fun just shooting the shit too. So
yeah, no, I'm cool with that. I mean, advertising is good too, but you know, it's the friendships you meet along the way that's important.
I agree. It's one of the things you do notice, just sort of doing it long enough, with the same people. It's like this is a sort of work environment in a way, and you can, the more time you spend with people, like I probably spend more time in Discord privately with people than I do on stream. That's my excuse for not going on streams. Truthfully, it's like I should do more streams, but it just is what it is.
I don't know.
Say hello.
Spending too much time on Discord sounds porny.
No, I try to keep it. I mean, this show gets pretty porny. Let's just be honest. But actually, I'd say Discord's probably significantly less pornographic for me. Which you have more freedom on Discord. But I don't know, Mike. How about you? You getting pornographic on Discord?
I try not to. I usually try to avoid that.
Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, it's usually best done just to avoid it outright. I'd say, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
All right.
So you never know the reaction. That's the thing. Like you go out and then you get like something really foul, and then your day's ruined. So yeah, guys, don't get porny in Discord.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that's a good life lesson to live by.
Yeah, maybe just getting horny on main, as the saying goes, is just maybe being horny is best done in the privacy of your own home.
Yeah, it's probably best.
Okay, I can see all the names. Or I'm sorry, Pops doesn't like my name. The name isn't going to change. Isn't going to cut. No, I'm sorry. The name isn't going to cause that, Ginge. I'm not sure if he might be referring to my name. Pops didn't like my name, cunt slop, but I was going to use it for a bit this week. I was thinking we'd start a band, boys. What do you think, Pedro?
I don't know, man. Cunt slop sounds like a pimp.
Cunt slop and the human papaya.
Yeah, dude. Actually, you know what? Like, these are the adventures of Cunt slop. Bitch, where's my money?
Mike, hop on the bongos.
Yeah. I wish I had a bongo.
Dude, I wish we were back in those times, man.
Atrocity Press, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Atrocity Press? Okay, guys, just completely out of left field. Do you guys enjoy blaxploitation movies from the 70s?
Not sure.
You'd have to probably name some. I mean,
okay. Cleopatra and Nicotine of Gold, Dolomite, Superfly,
Blackula.
Blackula. Well, Blackula is more like a horror blaxploitation thing, so it's not like the genre per se, but it's always like a pimp that knows karate,
right?
And dude, it was freaking awesome. Like Michael J. White did like Black Dynamite, like in the exactly. There you go.
Shaft, the most powerful name in modern television, really.
And that's the thing. Like Black Dynamite was cool, but it was too on the nose. But I think though that genre has to make a comeback because right now I don't know. My people are whining too much. And we're not cool anymore. You saw, you saw that like Super Bowl show? That was an atrocity. I know, man. We're getting
I'm not
corny.
much of a football guy, but
No.
I did actually miss that. But was there a I mean, with Jason Derulo, I saw the dogs, I saw the robot dogs. Maybe it's the conspiracy theorist in me, but I felt it was more just not anything new really, and more just something to like. I'm not saying the CIA created his set, but it's like, why should I give a shit, truthfully? Other than maybe it is kind of scary, that these things are sort of coming to the forefront of reality in that way. Maybe that's why I should care, but I don't know why singing and dancing them to me is like to warm me up to them, the Robin Williams style.
I do miss the 70s, man. I was a baby in the 70s. But dude, everything was cooler. The clothes, the afros, the music, everything.
I'm trying to remember the show. I've talked about it on this show before. It's a Netflix cartoon. It's a Mexican anime. Mike.
Oh yeah. But that's Robert Rodriguez. Robert Rodriguez did an animated show called like Three Brothers, Los Tres Hermanos.
Oh yes, Hermanos. Yes.
Like kung fu fighting.
Yes, but there is a Shaft character in there. There's a like one of the So there is that element of that, very much like Dolomite type, big afro.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Tarantino tries to do that every time he gives a role to Sam Jackson. And dude, Tarantino is a child of the 70s. Like you can tell, like he really knows how to tell that aesthetic. But I don't know, man. Like I miss it. Like, what's the last? I don't know. Like that guy who was crying for his baby. Like, it was still my baby. Like he was in Fast and the Furious. He did like an action film, like in a prison. It was some corny shit.
Tyrese.
Yeah, Tyrese, and then Will Smith saying like, "Keep your wife's name off your goddamn mouth." I don't know, man. Like my people are getting corny. I don't know what's happening.
I see.
I'm worried.
Well, I mean, those are just a few, though. I mean, I don't really think they speak for all black people.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, I'm a guy who takes whiffs at culture, and this is what I'm smelling. So I'm worried.
Alrighty. So how would you fix it? Where do we take it from here?
Bring back the 70s, baby. Bring back the 70s. Yeah. A little bit of slapping.
Okay, baby powder.
Yeah, exactly. Drug dealing.
Let's do it. As a fan of big fur coats, look, at any given time, I want to dress like a pimp. And this is true. I used to be a strip club DJ, and for a week I carried a plastic goblet around.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you have your pimp name right there. That's your pimp name. I'm sorry, sir.
Pimp name Cunt Slap.
Cunt Slap. Yeah, there you go. Have the voice and everything.
That's just my Cat Williams.
Yeah. No,
Mike,
but you remember that HBO?
Yeah, sorry. I was looking for that Robert Rodriguez. I can never say that name. Cartoon.
Oh yeah.
El Hermanos, I think it is something like that.
Or Tres Hermanos, I think it's called.
Tres Hermanos. I thought it was incredible from top to bottom. Like, and it's like the it's just brutal. It's brutal, but it's humorous, and it's got a lot of that. I mean, you can tell he's like tuned right into the 70s kung fu action.
Yeah.
He's always kind of done those. All his movies are usually throwbacks to westerns, and Tarantino tends to do a little bit of mix of western and kung fu.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've seen it exclusively, like a bunch of Robert Rodriguez films, and
you never seen the Mariachi?
I have not.
Mariachi. It's probably what got me introduced to him, besides maybe Dusk Till Dawn. And
I
did actually watch Puss in Boots too. I guess it was a sequel. I didn't even know it was a sequel. That's how long it's been since I've gone to the movies.
Been out of the Shrek game.
Yeah. So And when I looked at the credits, I was like, that was Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek in a movie again together at last.
That's fun.
Since
The first,
Desperado trilogy, the Mariachi trilogy.
I was going to say the first Puss in Boots actually. I remember when it came out. I saw it in theaters begrudgingly because the girlfriend I had at the time, I think it was like 17 when that movie came out. And I shouldn't really have been surprised because the first Shrek is actually like one of the smartest animated movies I think of all time. Honestly, maybe I'm biased, but I really loved the first Puss in Boots. I was totally blown away by it. You know, yeah.
No, I
don't know,
love this
man.
one. I didn't see the original, but I loved this one. Yeah.
They all feel like a cash grab to me, but I'm a curmudgeon, so
You know,
yeah.
you are.
That's the thing with the whole thing with the whole CGI is that the rigs from Shrek on of those movies, it's kind of weird. Like it's not all there, and they move weird to me. But that's me getting technical.
Yeah.
But the script in Shrek was really good. Shrek 1.
Yeah.
All the other Shreks is like, okay, people love Shrek. Let's give them more Shrek. But the stories were not as solid as the first one.
Oh yeah, I agree.
That's fair.
The first Shrek was good, which is funny because some critics claim that Shrek 2 is the best in the series. And I disagree. I hated Shrek 2. And I didn't not even want to watch any other Shrek movie.
Yeah, the thing with Shrek 2 is that it's all a bunch of moments of and you already know the characters. You're expecting Donkey to do stuff. You're expecting Shrek to do stuff. The gags, it was like a huge Warner Brothers like 7-minute short that lasted like an hour. Like the big like gingerbread cookie in the end was like, dude, okay, I'm gonna tap out.
Sort of a Ghostbusters nod. Almost.
I can't really push stop because I'm in the cinema and I feel very stupid. You know that's what Shrek 2 did to me. So
yeah, now that you mention it, because Shrek. Well, I haven't seen the other Shreks in a very long time, but I did rewatch the first one probably about 2 years ago, and just completely remember having. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like just as an adult, so much more fun, really. But
yes, definitely.
Yeah, the first Puss in Boots, I really enjoyed it as well, and I don't, Mike, have you seen the? It's not. Is it the Chippendale Rescue Ranger movie? But it's that new live action. Hang on.
Yeah, I think there's a Chippendale live action, or it's like a mix of animation and live action, something like that.
Yeah. Did you see that? Because I saw.
I haven't. I boycott when Disney does stuff like that because like Pedro said, that's a cash grab for sure.
Yeah.
You know, whenever they do these live action movies, live action Mermaid, live action Aladdin, live action Lion King, which is not even live action because it's still CGI. Like it's just cash grabs. It's there's nothing of substance there. It's empty corporate nothing.
No, I wanted to poke my eyes out. You know, like Netflix just released a new animated series called My Dad the Bounty Hunter, and it's freaking Boba Fett, but with a black family.
So they're trying to do like a bootleg Mandalorian kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And even like the uniform is like the Boba Fett.
Well, to be fair, I guess you could argue that the Mandalorian is a bootleg Mandalorian, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I was really hoping that was a new Dog the Bounty Hunter spinoff, like following the son. Yeah, he's now taking over the mantle, right? But it's like from the perspective of his kid, who's like looking up to him, right? It's like,
yeah.
Anybody on board?
The first season should be Dad, should I wear the mullet? Yes, you should.
Oh, absolutely.
It's that fight.
Yeah, and then he's got to he decides. It's like that's the first half of the season is like, am I going to do it? Yes, no. And then he's like, when he decides, it's like it gets stolen somehow, and he's got to get it back by the end of the season, and he does. And he's crowned the new dog, and then boom, we're on to the next one.
They could have a crossover if they made it a cartoon or something. They could have a Dog the Bounty Hunter versus the Tiger King episode.
Dude, very flamboyant. I kind of like it.
I don't know if you're familiar with the Ravenloft. He's a guy on Twitter that does comics as well. And well, anyway, he just recently came out with Winnie the Pooh Demon Hunter.
Yeah, Nicholas Mueller.
Yeah,
Right.
Nicholas Mueller. Yep. And he said his son had suggested he put Bob Ross in there as a demon hunter. And then he made a Twitter post and was like, "Who's next?" And I was like, so I wrote him a little pitch. I wrote Winnie the Pooh and Bob Ross team up to go on a demon hunting adventure. But little did they know they were being hunted by a demon, Christopher Columbus.
Nice.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like, I said to him, I was like, I want royalties for that one. If you
Yeah, exactly. The royalties are going to kill you, but it's a good concept.
Alrighty. Yeah, I
But
actually
I don't
have.
think you do it because Bob Ross isn't in public domain, so there's probably some issues there.
Yes, actually, I think I think there was like some weird issue with his estate. Actually, like,
Yeah.
it's the people that own the name are like sort of a Stan Lee sort of.
Yeah,
Allegedly,
it's Stan Lee. It's
Yeah.
like you use his name, you're gonna get sued.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Mike, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Tell us how's it been? You've updated some stuff, you've released some stuff.
Yeah.
What do you want to start with?
Well, I gave you that link tree. The link tree is kind of cool. It's kind of like a digital business card, so you can kind of list everything, and that way it's not like go to my website. And I think I have to structure my website because now there's the ability for folks to be able to book themselves on my show. Right now, I'm still just trying to get folks even to realize that I have a show, but which is why I'm inviting folks right now. But there are a couple people who are like, "Well, I'm pretty busy, but yeah, I'll check out." I'll check it out. And then they said I couldn't figure out how to book, and I was like, "Oh, all right, I have to restructure my site." But yeah, so I've got all these, just different ways. So what I'm doing is I'm releasing a new comic book a month, at least until halfway through the year, maybe. Because what I did was I had to split up what was volume 1 into individual comics. So that was 9 chapters. It's going to be 9 comics. But I also have a couple stories that I got done that are going for what I'm going to call book 4 when I crowdfund. And so it'll be more than 9 stories as the comics come out. But recently, just now in February, I came out with Tween Titans. And for February, I said I could do the Love Bundle, and I'll bundling Hyper Feeling Ninja Heroes #5, The Dark Sky, and Tween Titans #1 together because they kind of connect to each other. The Tween Titans are actually introduced in that chapter. So basically, the first page of Tween Titans kind of starts off the same way that it did in Hyper Feeling Ninja Heroes 5. You see like the Dark Sky crashing through the middle school, the J. Kirby Middle School. So J. Kirby Middle School, S. Lee Elementary, and S. Ditko High.
Nice.
You gotta tribute the masters.
Trying to bring up the so I know I have it listed. I just have to go to the episode description here, but we're going to go ahead and pull up Tween Titans. But is there anything specifically on this link tree that you wanted to highlight?
Well, I have 2 YouTube channels. The streaming YouTube channel is just that. So what happened was my primary YouTube channel got banned from streaming, so now I have 2. So make sure folks subscribe to both.
What did you do to get banned, if you don't mind my asking? I didn't mean to laugh, but it's like, what are you out here speaking the truth? Damn it.
Yes.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Other than that, no, there's nothing to highlight specifically until I have a Kickstarter, I guess, but that won't probably be for another couple months.
Okay, very cool. All right, so let me switch over.
It's right at the top. Buy your copies.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Is it that Lulu page?
Yeah, the Lulu page. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll have to reshare 1 second, guys. But
yep.
Let me go ahead and bring that up.
Oh.
Are you feeling better, Mr. Papaya? You look full, buddy. You getting the itis on us?
Oh no, it's not the itis, dude. Like I
Oh,
just
okay, good.
I fixed my shower. I was having some pressure problems, and I fixed it yesterday, and
Mhm.
I'm getting great showers now.
Oh, good.
So I feel great.
You know, Mike, I'm gonna put some trust in you right now, buddy. I know you don't
Mm.
own Lulu, but I'm gonna just say it right here. I'm gonna
Oh,
allow
okay.
cookies just for you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've never had an issue with them, so I mean, I've been using them for
I'm
Christ
just having fun
a long
with it.
time. I mean,
I'm
I
joking.
published my very first book with them, or at
I
least
Very
second
nice.
know
edition.
I know an escort called Lulu. So
Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
Lulu. Well, there was a cartoon called Little Lulu. I don't know if you
yeah,
guys
I remember the Lulu. Yeah,
remember.
She
a
grew
lot of
up and
chubby
had a
kids.
hard life. The show
Yeah,
ended, and she ended
yeah,
up being that hooker, Pedro
yeah.
does.
Being an escort.
The only
So
thing I really remember from that cartoon was there was an episode where she turned herself green, and I was
mm.
like, "Mom, I want to turn myself green." She was like, "What?"
What? Yeah, dude. But those shows, like, I mean, because Lulu is older, but there was a bunch of shows that came out in the '90s, like Kids Next Door,
Oh
and
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
what was the name? Ed and Eddie,
Oh yes, indeed.
and that show was of like groups of kids doing mischief. Like
Oh
those
yeah.
were
yeah.
good times,
Getting
man.
into kid trouble, you know. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Kids Next Door was a little more like secret agent kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
Ed and Eddie, yeah, had the trouble factor. You even had like things like Charlie Brown, even though
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Brown was originally from like the '60s.
Yeah, from the
All those
'60s. Yeah.
things from the '60s were like also in the '90s because they kind of came
Mhm.
back, you
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
There's a
Yeah.
very famous Argentinian comic strip called Mafalda, and it's like Peanut, but from Argentina, and very interesting. Like a lot of political commentary. Like if you want to know like the political situations of South America in the
Mm.
'70s and '80s, like read Mafalda.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
huge following down here. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Very fun. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at, Mike? What do we got here,
All
buddy?
right, so that's Tween Titans. I know my covers are not the best right now. I'm once I get my taxes, I'm gonna have my guy my uh, who does my character design to make me covers.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, it just kind of got this. I got this clip art type covers. I did it myself. You could tell, but I am proud of the title there, Tween Titans. I did that myself. I think I did an all right job on the titles. And so fitting in, yeah, that's like the name of the first issue. It stars our two titular characters, the Tween Titans. Well, technically, it's a little spoiler, I guess, but all three of them will be Tween Titans eventually. But he's
Mhm.
the boy there. That's Giovanni or Ring Boy. He's the antagonist. What happens is all three of them are aliens, and the whole point of these characters is that they love Earth so much that they actually just want to go to middle. They just want to go to school and just fit in. So what they do is they sneak into classrooms and just try to sit there and not get kicked out. Hey, Critical Blast, RJ.
Hey, RJ.
Hey, it's up,
Coming by, sir.
RJ.
And so they just try not to get kicked out. So that's kind of the whole thing in the beginning. Basically, what's going on is the one on the left there. That's Phoenix, or her superhero name is Ashley, and that's Sparkle Girl on the right, or Zoe. So Zoe's a little more eccentric. So what we have Phoenix doing is kind of like playing the role as like the straight man to her zaniness, and she's like, shh, you can't be shouting random things, like you can't be like because she's like, I love this planet so much. She's like, shh, don't say that out loud. People don't understand that there even are life on other planets, like
Hmm.
like we're just trying to fit in as normal humans.
So is there any art that you could share with us? Any pages we could take a look
Yeah, I
at,
can
or
share some pages. I know it doesn't really let you share any
yeah,
art.
can't scroll through?
Yeah, I can open up my
Could be
computer
so kind,
here.
sir.
Let's see, Tween Titans right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I can share off the.
I got the cotton mouth, y'all. Sorry,
All right.
Pedro, back me up on the baseline.
Right?
All right. So yeah, I can
I,
share. Or yeah.
All right.
I
That's
don't know
all
what
right.
I don't know what you want to do, man.
I don't know. I was just riffing, buddy.
Yeah. It sounded like you were.
Yellow.
Oh, okay. There we go, Mike. I'm sorry. I didn't
Yeah.
see that. All my riffing, and I missed it.
All right.
That's what I
See?
get.
Now we're gonna be a bit
Pay
here. Okay.
attention.
Here we go.
Damn it, Ginge.
Yeah. So this is page 1. So what we have, like I said, it starts off the way chapter 5 does. Oh no, not the dark sky. Whatever shall we do? and then so you see Zoe and Phoenix here, and she's basically like, no, it's not our time. Super Steak's got this. He's beating up the dark sky. We don't have to worry. But then she busts into the classroom. Have no fear, citizens. And she's like, sorry, my sister's very confused. We'll just take our seats. But the funny thing is, they don't actually belong. They don't actually go to this school. So it's like, just there's such a complacency amongst teachers where they don't even notice that these students don't actually go to their school.
That's not too far from reality, man.
I actually like that page.
There are definitely cases of people just sneaking into classes and teachers not really caring.
Yeah. Like,
Mike, if you want to go back to that page real quick, I'd like to just sort of, that's all right. I really, I'd like to sort of just talk about how this page came to be, because there's a lot of humor within the composition here. The artist really nailed it. I think, he's got a similar cartoonish style to Pedro in a way. And just the setup of the angles on each, I don't know the exact terms, but like, I find something to like in each one of these panels, and it's a lot of the cartoon humor shines through.
Yeah, my guy Gene Pedroso, he's awesome. He's out of Brazil, and man, he does a great job with every page. It just keeps getting better and better, and he puts his heart and soul into it. You could really tell, and I love everything he's done for it, and he really does bring these characters to life. He takes my script, which is probably not it's kind of poorly written sometimes, or poorly described, and he runs with it and does a great job with what I give him.
Yeah, I mean, there's a you can see that there's a lot of he's got a sense of humor, a lot of comedy.
Oh yeah, he's very good at figuring out where the funny parts are and stuff, and he did a great job creating this character too. So this was just like a cameo from Kickstarter. I offered, you pay $100, I could put you in the comic. That's actually how these characters came about originally too, because
nice.
I may have mentioned it on the show before. It was basically a friend, her daughters, and she paid the $100. And so I said, hey, how about I turn your daughters into superheroes? All right. And that's where Zoe and Phoenix come from. And the thing about Phoenix is she transforms into Ashley, because the joke is she has such an awesome, normal name that she transforms and has just like a generic name like Ashley.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Very 90s.
Like calling a tall guy skinny or shorty or something.
Exactly.
A fat guy shorty.
So it's just that's my sense of humor. That was exactly that was like the first thing that I came up with when I was like, hey, how about I turn your daughters into superheroes? And I just kind of like, I was like, all right, so in Phoenix. And I'm like, oh, how about if I came up with the aliens idea, and then it was like, well, what if Phoenix, what if her name was like just some generic name when she transformed into superhero self? It's like, oh, that's really funny. I'm going to go with that. So then I kind of came up with Sparkle Girl is essentially Jubilee with her powers, at least. I even kind of, you can't really see it here, but in her character design, actually, I'll bring that up. In her character design, you can kind of see that I was going for an inspiration by Jubilee.
Sounds like a perfume. By Jubilee.
Jubilee, right. Let's see, 20, there we go. Yeah, so in her initial character design, and this is by Gabriel Nissi, who's going to be doing my covers. Yeah, so you see like the rain boots, the yellow, the sparkling. Yeah, she's definitely got a Jubilee thing going for her.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Good job on the art too.
Oh yeah, Gabriel, he's also very awesome. Basically, if I ever win like lottery or something, I'm gonna see what I can do to get these guys to live in the States with me, so I can just have my team, you know. Like these guys are my team right now, and it's awesome.
Very cool, man.
Yeah, so I don't want to show too many pages, but I'll show the next one just to kind of showcase like what they're going through, what she's like, you know, she's basically like, we're just practicing our thespian abilities, you know, and because she's an alien, she's not exactly very good at all the time of not using weird words. Like nobody uses the word thespian. You know?
Yeah.
And, yeah. So that's Tween Titans, or at least the first 2 pages of Tween Titans. It's selling for, I think it's roughly $10 maybe for the book. Each price is a little bit different because it goes by page count, and not all of them have the same page counts. I'll stop sharing now. Or maybe not. Okay, there we go.
Do you a favor.
There we go. I figured it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's exciting, and you know, so what I'm working on is basically just getting a stockpile of my first couple books, and I'm gonna hit the conventions next year with a stockpile of books. Because I learned the hard way that if you don't have more than one product to sell, folks kind of overlook you.
You can't be a one-book pony.
Yes, exactly. So I cut up volume 1 into pieces, and then Tween Titans is actually one that's not even part of volume 1. It's actually the next volume, so to speak. But I decided I'll do like book. I'll do only that kind of format with like volumes or like bigger books for Kickstarter, like crowdfunding only. So that's way it's like they get kind of a premium product, and also you know, kind of a rare product, because it's like, this is Kickstarter only. I'm not going to print these ever again after the campaign's over or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then I'll continue just printing out the individual books as they come, or releasing the individual books as they come. And yeah, I can't wait to employ him to do the covers, because I know he could do a much better job than I can at those covers.
So where do you come across most of your artists? I think you've worked with a few at this point, right?
Yeah, all Facebook, all from a group called Connecting Artists with Writers. And
that seems to be the popular one. I hear that.
Yeah,
that's one.
That's
like ICC or something.
The biggest one.
I'm too much of a boomer to connect that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel old.
Pedro doesn't want to connect anybody.
Yeah, it feels like docking, and
oh god, yeah,
I don't want to do that.
No, Mike, you know what docking is?
No.
And keep it that way.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
All right, dude. Fine.
All right.
Well, you can Google it. Have some fun.
Yeah, I'll have to Google it. Maybe I don't want
to. No, you don't.
Fair enough.
So Mike, what do you where do you like come up with your business plans? You know, do you do a lot of research into looking where to put new books and new ventures? I've never heard of Lulu, for example. So, you know, how do you decide what you're going to do?
It's funny. I have such a past with Lulu, and I think it was the last 2 years, I didn't use them because they changed their UI and I hated it. And so I switched to this one called the Book Patch, which I had never heard of it. I mean, basically, when I just looked for new printers, I think it was 2020 or 2021, I basically just looked for a new printer. and I did a whole bunch of different. I tried a whole bunch of different ones. I even went back to Kablam to give them another try, which I didn't like. I knew I wouldn't like it, but I tried it anyway. I don't like Kablam. I know a lot of people like Kablam, but I'm not
It's
a fan.
like the name. It reminds me of that old show.
The name reminds me of the old Nickelodeon show, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So good.
But so Lulu, I actually discovered way back when I was like 19 when I first tried them out. I published this book called what is it called? I don't know, something along the lines of like a retailer guide to slacking off or something like that. It was like a memoir of like my experience working at like CVS for like 3 years. And so it was like
That's
so
nice.
I set up a Lulu, and you know, I didn't know what I was. Back then, the social media wasn't like as powerful as it is, so I didn't even think to put it on social media. But I just kind of put it up there, and back then you put links in your AIM account, right? Remember AIM, AOL Instant Messenger?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember AIM. But I live in the jungle, so there's that.
IQ, I think it was, and then
but there were a few messengers, but AOL was probably the more popular one. And back then you would put the link in your bio in AOL Instant Messenger. And so that was my first experience, and I didn't know anything about formatting or anything like that. I was just like, oh, cool, I wrote this on a WordPad. I'll put it in the Lulu. And I didn't even buy a author copy at the time. I was just like, yeah, cool, I'm published, you know. It's as simple as that, right? A couple years later, I had gotten a little more serious about it. I wrote this story that actually I've reworked into my universe now, that I'm gonna probably be showing off some stories from that idea soon. But at the time I called it Sonia's Renegades. And so I wrote that, and that took me a couple of years. And then I did learn how to format a little bit, and I even had my ex-wife at the time, well, she was my wife at the time. She made the cover, and it was kind of cool because she had some Photoshop skills. Her dad is a graphic designer, so she learned a few things from him.
Cool.
And so that was when I worked at Walmart at the time, so I sold a few copies here and there to coworkers and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then pretty much fast forward to 2019, when I had not a bad experience with comics, but basically it was just like the artist I had was like, I mean, gracefully she was doing it for free, so I think she got overwhelmed, but she was basically like, yeah, you know, can't really do this anymore. And it's like, all right, that's fine. And I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just take all the scripts that I had for this comic that we were going to do and turn it into a book, a novel, so I don't have to worry about paying an artist. And so I did that. And then what happened was folks were like, this would be better comic book than a novel.
Damn it.
So I went back to making a comic book again. Found an artist on Facebook, because in 2016 I met a whole bunch of artists and stuff on Facebook. And at one point there was like this chat that I was invited to, and it was like 100 of us that we were invited to. And this guy from New Jersey was like, hey, fellow artists, we should all meet here in New Jersey for a big meeting about something. I don't even remember what he really wanted to meet about, but he was like, and we're all like, you can't do that. Some of us don't even live in America. Like, what are you talking about? You know? We're not all coming to New Jersey for you, dude.
That sounds sus.
Yeah, exactly, right? But I did meet some cool artists from that chat room.
Just Kevin Smith trying to cast the next Clerks or something.
Right?
Bring a bathing suit. There's a jacuzzi. Yeah.
Yeah. Come to New Jersey. Yeah. Nothing's in New Jersey. No way. You know, we can't just reroute our lives to New Jersey for a weekend or even a week or whatever the heck you wanted to do. Like
uproot, you pussies.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's a strange request.
And so Then they changed their UI. I went to Book Patch, and then Book Patch changed their prices to unbearable. It's like if you don't buy in bulk, they charge you 10 cents per page in addition
Wow,
to printing
Jesus.
costs. So say it's like, a 15-page book and you buy 6 of them, they're going to charge you 10 cents per page because you didn't buy 10. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, don't work with us.
Yeah, that's why I went back to Lulu. I gave them a shot, and it's like, you know what? I don't mind their print quality. I think the Book Patch might have been a little bit better, but I like their book quality. They're pretty solid, and they're not. The UI isn't actually as terrible as I originally thought. Now that I have some Photoshop experience, at the time I didn't like it because I didn't have any real Photoshop experience. But now it's like, oh, this is not as bad as I thought it would be.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All righty, we got Pops hopping in here with sign up for CromCon 33. Mike, are you croming it up this con?
I should try that. What is that? The end of the month, right? Last weekend of the.
I believe so. So, what about Valentine's Day, gentlemen? We got plans this evening?
Yeah, I have plans on Friday,
but we don't really celebrate these like greeting card holidays. Like even Mother's Day and Father's Day, we don't really make a big deal out of them. Me and my wife, we just kind of. Well, Mother's Day always falls around our anniversary, so we just celebrate that instead. And Father's Day always comes around my daughter's birthday, so and then Valentine's Day just kind of falls before we get our tax return, so it's like it's not really much to it anyway. I have to work. I work third shift, so it's not like we could go out or anything anyway. But I did buy her her list of food that she needs for the end of the month.
Oh, that's a Valentine's gift.
Hey, buddy. There you go.
Yes.
That's good job. And I just want to make the joke. I just want to make the joke. It's like
yeah, go for it.
It's literally the least you could do.
No, yes.
But no, it's I feel you. The whole getting riled up to spend money because somebody else says so is annoying.
Dude,
I've never really been about Valentine's Day myself.
Valentine's Day, and I had this conversation with my girlfriend today. It's a competition between women. So women with boyfriends and husbands can tell the other women who have nobody,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, dude. It's just, baby, I love you. I'll see you on Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Just got to be a little extra nicer to the old lady during the day. It's like, all right,
But I'm a peach, so.
There you go.
There you go.
The human papaya is actually a peach.
I'm the papaya. Actually, no, a papaya is not a peach. A papaya is a papaya, but it's sweet. I don't like the fruit at all. It's just, I like the sound of the word papaya.
It is a nice word. It's got the consonant in the middle, consonant in the beginning, and ends with a nice vowel.
Has a nice roll to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mike, go to Jeopardy, buddy. You sound like you're on some Jeopardy. It'll take 3 consonants and a vowel. Vic Do. What's up, buddy? I think this might be our first time meeting. Very welcome to the show, Vic Do. Don Doulas, welcome to the show.
What's up, Don?
Also a new name for me. I used to strong arm a breakfast out. I used it to strong arm a breakfast out since he happened to have the day off.
Okay, but was there bacon in the breakfast? That's a question of love.
What are we talking here?
Would it be breakfast if there was none?
Exactly. That's the thing. Like if you get like a bagel and cream cheese and a warm coffee.
Yeah. Baking up that sausage, boy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, dude, you need some bacon. And that Valentine's breakfast.
I wish we had that clip from The Simpsons. It's like, butter up that bacon, boy. Bacon up that sausage, boy. My heart hurts. Now you know how I feel.
Yeah, dude.
I was never a Simpsons guy for some reason.
Really?
It just, it never really clicked with me.
Awesome.
Dawn says she pleads the fifth.
Yeah. So that
Sounds like
means
it
no
wasn't
bacon.
real
Hey,
breakfast.
hey, you have to train your partner. That's all I'm gonna say. Train him well.
Yep.
Hey, we can give her a pass. The cost of
Mhm.
everything's up. Probably people
Yeah, dude.
fighting over
Okay.
bacon anyways. It's like, is it
Yeah,
worth
dude.
getting?
Like, you guys are
out?
paying
Good point.
like $28 for eggs, right? Like I don't know. It's
Yeah. Eggs
God
are
damn.
not part of the budget anymore.
No, dude. Wow. Like I live in the third world, and eggs down here like 220 something the carton.
Whew.
Yeah, dude. It's you guys should come down here.
Yeah.
We should
right?
start an egg sort of narcos business here. We'll just
Oh,
instead of
give me man
cocaine,
like
we'll do
contraband eggs. There you go. What you got? Cocaine? Eggs, baby.
Eggs.
Pedro, whip us up some like sort of menacing Spanish kind of mafioso sounding names, but they're egg related.
Egg
So,
cartel.
Egg related? Oh. Okay, it could be Los Huevos Endiablados.
Oh, there we go.
The deviled eggs.
All
There you
right. All right, we're no longer cunt slop anymore, guys. We're the
Yeah.
deviled eggs.
The
Deviled eggs. There we
There
go.
we go.
Are you a
Still gonna
friend
keep
of
it
the,
cunt slop.
of the egg of the egg tail?
The eggtail. With the eggtail, like, dude, they got caught with 3 containers full of eggs, baby. You know how much would that go for?
3
Vegans?
containers. Gosh, that'd be about like 18, 19, $20 depending on where in the states you are.
Yeah, dude. So vegans, okay, vegans don't count. Okay, Vic, I'm sorry. Oh yeah,
This is
yeah.
the-
After that,
yeah.
yeah.
The
That's
magic
like
wears off.
that's like trying to teach tricks to an old parrot. It's not gonna happen.
Pair just keeps calling
Looks
you.
free, but you got to
Name.
pay for the next batch.
Yeah, dude. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta hook him in. Like, right, these eggs. These are Tijuana eggs. Take those for a spin.
I don't really eat breakfast that
You don't?
often. No, when I do, I tend to have more sausage and bacon. It's been a minute since I've even looked at the price of eggs. I live in Florida, so I really don't have a clue. I feel like it's like around $7 ish, maybe.
Oh man,
when I've heard
dude,
it.
those prices. Jesus.
Yeah, my parents have chickens too. A lot of people. I live in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
People are
have
buying
chickens myself.
just to make their own eggs.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
chickens here. Like I have like, okay, they brought more, so I have like 29
Oh
Oh,
shit.
man.
chickens and 3 roosters. And yeah, we're covered with eggs. But I mean, I went to the supermarket today and I saw the prices. I was like,
Mhm.
huh, 230 something. Like,
Yeah.
What
Just out
did they
there,
used to do
5
before the
o'clock in
price
the
went
morning,
up?
squeezing chicken ass, getting
Mm.
eggs out.
Yeah, dude. The thing with chicken that we have this system where the chicken never gets to see the egg. Like they lay the egg and the egg rolls down to another chamber
Oh, that's cool.
because they break them.
Mhm.
Did they really?
Yeah, those chicks are psychos, man.
Yeah. I saw some machine that like separates the eggs after they've been laying and like
Dude,
secures them away.
it's like a little carpet, like the chicken roost, and then like she will lay the egg, and the little carpet is on a slant, and the egg will just like gently roll down to a place where the
Wow.
chicken has no access to it. It's very simple. It's very simple, but very
cool.
effective. Yeah.
There's some fun to be had there in those few moments of rolling.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Yeah,
Sort
rolling
of
the
roll
egg.
your doom ultimately.
Rolling.
No, dude. Chickens are funny, man. Especially roosters, because
Eggs are rolling.
they think they can kick your ass, but they square off like, dude,
Yeah.
I can make you dinner in a heartbeat. Just try it. And yeah,
I
like
ain't trying to
they
get into a fight with the chicken. I'm good.
what's
No,
that?
no,
So I'm not trying to get into a fight with the chicken, man. Just
never.
let him do his thing.
They suck. Like
Yeah, they're
They-
vicious.
they will peck you, but if you get past the fact that means nothing
Mhm.
to a human being, it's not even painful. It's like and they peck you. It's like, dude, what the fuck? You just grab them by the neck and just do a little turn.
Yeah.
Lunch.
Yeah. Well, goddamn.
No.
chicken tenders it is then.
Yeah,
We got
exactly.
Leo Star.
Exactly.
What's up,
Exactly.
Stefan?
What's up, Leo
How
Star?
you doing, buddy? The hot meal that fills your guts. Riser
There
Man
you
stands
go.
before you. Okay.
Mm.
That's on Valentine's Day, buddy. What are we talking about? A cream pie here, a hot something.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoa.
$9 says Vic. So I don't eat eggs that much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's everybody right now, man. That's crazy.
That's insane, man.
I've legitimately.
Oh yeah,
stood up to
they
the chicken
try to
and
do
kept-
that.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
They try to do that, but dude, they're not that fast either.
no.
Interesting. Old Dirty Fatty says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Hello, Old
Dude,
Dirty Fatty. Thanks for coming by, buddy.
Yeah, dude. Dr. Robotnik was not called Egghead, like the
That was
villain
Eggman.
stuff? Eggman. Yeah.
Yeah, they changed his name to Eggman, or maybe his name was always Eggman, but the American made it Robotnik for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know the
Very
history of that. I know in like Mario series, he was Koopa. They changed him to Bowser, and then he was, I think Koopa was always his Japanese name, but
Yeah, I remember Koopa.
yeah.
The thing is, like, I never owned a Sega, so everything they tell me about Sonic is like secondhand.
Yeah, I mean, he was Robotnik until the Dreamcast when they started calling him Eggman.
Yeah. The thing is, like, my dad got me the Nintendo, and then the Sega came out, and I look at him, and my dad punked me across the room. I was like, okay, no Sega. Okay, I'll enjoy the Nintendo. So yeah, I never got a Sega.
Yeah, I never did either. I had a couple friends that had them, and my cousins, but I never had one myself.
I actually had a Sega. My parents didn't buy it for me. My uncle did when.
Cool.
Yeah, he joined the army, came back, and then just had some cash and brought a Sega Genesis with him and gave it to me. It was super cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
dude, that Sega Genesis was like 16-bit when Nintendo and all the other consoles were like 8-bit. It was
Yeah.
sick, man.
yeah. I remember. I didn't understand what the hell he was talking about at the time, but I remembered distinctly my uncle explaining that to my dad. It was like like being like wowing over 16-bit. Like I remember those words.
Can you picture that for a second? Go back to 1989. It's like 16 bits. This is the latest in graphics,
dude.
It was graphics. And then
Leo Star says Valentine's Day. I should start introducing some ladies into Henshin Hero Riser Man.
Hey, dude, that's always a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Involve the ladies.
Always have some ladies
for eye candy and for inclusion.
All this comic talk has me eggs static.
There you go.
Dirty Fatty.
There we go.
ODF. It's a brand. I like it. Let's
Yeah.
go, buddy.
There we
Get
go.
that a bumper sticker.
Yeah.
That could actually work. I've sort of been kicking around an idea of like a shop with exclusively like, bad logos for things like a beer koozie, right? A beer koozie that says, "I smoked 6 bowls of meth today."
There you go.
There's
Right,
a time
like-
for that.
I feel like it would sell just because of how stupid it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, stupid sells, man. If it's not sex, then it's stupid.
So
That's
Don says no Sega, no NES, but it had a 2600, and there's no
There you go.
shame in that. That console
There's
was
no shame in
awesome.
that.
That console was
talking an Atari?
awesome, man.
2600 is classic, man. I mean,
Yeah, dude. You played like combat, and those were like never-ending games. You stopped playing when you got bored.
they were arcade style. They were arcade
dude.
style.
Like
All
Chopper
about
Command.
points and being better than the other guy.
Yeah, Indiana Jones was ridiculous. I have to. Yeah, that game was ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
And ET was ridiculous too. But dude, like Chopper Command, I had hours of fun with that game. And Missile Command, I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah,
It's like
played versions
missile
of it.
starts falling, and then you have to
You have
shoot
to
a
shoot
little
'em down,
missile. Dude,
Yeah.
it was
It
a
was-
hard game, man.
Yeah, I when I was a teenager, I got an Atari 2600 collection, like the Atari Flashback or something on PC. And so I played a whole bunch of classic Atari games.
Hey, Pong was
And
awesome.
then
Pops.
I mean,
Come on.
Pong's what started it all, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
At least as far as consoles go. I mean, you can argue that there was an early version of Asteroids in the 60s
Yeah.
before Pong came out,
Mhm.
but as far as consoles go, yeah, I mean, Pong was the first take-home thing that you
Yeah,
could play.
it was actually like a table. Like, it was very
Yeah.
weird.
And well, I guess maybe the Magnavox Odyssey came out a year before Pong, but I mean, basically, if you look at the Magnavox Odyssey, it basically is just more of a free-form Pong.
Yeah. Oh, dude, combat. When you play like with tanks, but the
Yeah.
tanks were like two rectangles and a square and a little like phallus that came out, and
But
that
they
was the
had
tank.
those great sound effects, man.
Yeah.
You to this day you appreciate those sound effects.
Vic here makes something that I've been he says something I've been thinking about. I'm sure
that?
I'm not necessarily the only one, but he says his first console he got was an Xbox 360. I think the 360 was the last sort of great era for Xbox in general.
Yeah.
And I'm not being a fanboy of either thing, although I am a PlayStation diehard, but I've had Xboxes. I have one. It's like what really makes the difference, I think, from that point on is the IP, basically, like every iteration past the 360. Right.
It's like the games make the console doesn't make the game.
Exactly.
Why the 3DO failed, even though it was far more powerful than the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. It's why the CDI failed, even though it had similar capacities to the PlayStation, right? But the libraries for these systems weren't there.
Yeah.
You know? And,
that's the thing. Like with Xbox, like I don't know, the 360 wanted to make like more serious games. I don't know, like that's how I felt about Xbox, because I had like a PS2 and I had a 360. And the thing is, like, dude, I had more fun with the PS2 games because they were funner.
Oh yeah,
you might be right about that.
PS2 is arguably the greatest console of them all.
Yeah, dude.
Arguably, I mean, Super Nintendo's up there as well. It's kind of like for me personally, it's a toss between Super Nintendo and PlayStation 2 is the best.
But you know which one is like an unsung hero of fun? The GameCube.
Yeah.
Sure.
The GameCube had Phantasy Star Online.
It's true. It did have some pretty good titles.
Yeah, dude. It had Eternal Darkness, awesome game. Well, the Star Fox that came for GameCube kind of sucked, because I mean, it's just like the Star Fox for N64 was so good that nothing has ever topped that.
What like a Robotech game for GameCube?
Started off as a different game altogether. They just put Star Fox skins on it and said, "Hey, let's just make it a Star Fox game."
Yeah, dude.
Wasn't there like a Robotech game, Pedro? Did you ever play that game? I think
that was on. I played that one on PS2,
but there was
it wasn't that good.
It might not have been Robotech.
Yeah, I had some good times with that one.
Maybe it was.
And obviously, the first Resident Evil 4 actually came out on GameCube before it came out on anything else.
Yeah,
you know, arguably one of the greatest games of all time, even.
Dude, Resident Evil and
Resident Evil
Silent Hill came on PS2, right?
There was Silent Hill was PlayStation 2, or PlayStation and then PlayStation 2. I think Silent Hill 3 might have been the first PS2 title of that series. It was either 2 or 3.
Yeah, and, I enjoyed more Silent Hill than Resident Evil, but that's me.
Yeah, well, you know, folks, it's like they say Resident Evil may have been the grandfather of the survival horror genre, and to a point that's true, but Resident Evil has never been fully horror. It's always had an action element to it, and it's always been over the top and ridiculous. Like it's never been taken too seriously, and I think so. So when people judge, like say Resident Evil 6, which I mean, it took ridiculous to the next level, but if you have been a fan of the series and realize what they've kind of done over the years, like Resident Evil 6 is actually not a bad game at all. You know?
No, it's not. It's not a bad game, but it's not a horror game.
No, right. But I mean, the games have never been fully horror. I mean, the first 3 games were pretty scary, and 0 was pretty. It had its moments. They all have their moments. I mean, even Resident Evil 4, which arguably, even though it is one of the greatest games of all time, it also arguably shifted Resident Evil to be no longer fully horror. Because once 4 was their best-selling game, they tried to pretty much keep on trying to do that again, and it failed. In Resident Evil 5 and 6 failed compared to 4. Obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. Like my favorite game. I don't want to say of all time, but I had a don't do it, old dirty fatty. You're the best. Give your excellence. Give the excellence up.
Yeah.
No, but it was like
I'm ecstatic about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'll just say
Grandia 2. I don't know if you remember that game.
Grandia.
Yeah.
2. I mean, I remember hearing about it. I don't know if I've ever played it. I don't think I played
awesome
it.
Game. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cartoony, lots of action, but the story like breaks your heart in like 5 pieces. It's awesome. It's an awesome game.
Neostar asked, never mind Resident Evil, where my House
of the Dead. That's the one the shooter.
That's an arcade classic for sure.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That and Time Crisis, man. Those are my 2 favorite gun games for the arcade for sure.
I had this nerd friend that used to play like both players.
Oh man,
that was me.
How do you even do that?
That was me. Unsuccessfully, really.
Yeah.
No, this guy was good. This guy was good. It was like, dude, like you were pissing everybody up. They're gonna kick your ass, and it's okay. Stop. Like you could just go. I'm doing like this.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then we started like, you're not getting any pussy by doing this, right?
Yeah, right. Is that like the guy who's so good at Guitar Hero? Like he plays an expert and he closes his eyes or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it all right though if it's like, yeah, but I wasn't getting any pussy before this either?
Exactly.
So I'm sort of at a net.
Well, that's it. That's why you end up being good at a game like that, or Guitar Hero or something, because you're not, right?
You don't want to think about the fact that you're not getting that. So
exactly, you need a distraction.
Your time, guys. I think there's
something
to be said about having a hobby.
Yes. Is Pop going to kick our ass now?
I hope not. But we'll go ahead and wrap her up here. We'll spend a few minutes winding it down. Mike, what's next on you for the agenda, buddy?
Dude.
Tell us what you got going on.
All right. So I've got, like I said, I've got a few more books coming out this year. Trying to do once a month. So March 1st, I've got Hyper Feeling Ninja Heroes #3 coming out. Sergeant Snake in the Grass. I've been told that was some people's favorite chapter in Volume 1. So hopefully that might be the one that sells a bit. So that'll be March 1st. Yeah, the first of the month is when I release these books. And like I said, I'm going to be stockpiling books and going to be hitting the conventions hard next year. And I'm going to be paying my artists to get those covers and make them look a lot better. And I just recently mailed a few copies to Luke Stone. So he's got a little comic book stand where he's living right now, and he said it's the only comic book shop in the whole town. So it could be an opportunity for some of us indies to get their books distributed a little bit,
For sure.
And that's actually the kind of idea that I have. I'm going to be talking about that on my show in more detail tomorrow night with RJ. Actually,
cool.
I have this idea for like this independent comic book network where it's more than just sharing each other's tweets. It's actually like promoting each other's books like physically as well. So yeah.
And I like it. It's making friends and building connections does certainly make the world go round.
Absolutely.
They're talking like there's a Baldur's Gate 3. Like I have it.
Yeah, I think they're talking about Grandia.
Yeah, there's no Grandia 3. Actually, there was, but it was like a dungeon crawl, and it sucked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there is a Baldur's Gate 3.
Don, is that what you're talking about, or were you talking about Baldur's Gate? I mean, I have to assume because of what Pop says here.
Yeah, exactly. They got me confused. I'm watching on my Steam page.
This is what's up right here. I played Time Crisis while waiting to see A New Hope in theaters. That's a memory right there.
Time
That's
Crisis.
Dude. You know what's fucked up when they tell you, hey, go get the popcorn, and you waste time playing like a Terminator shooter.
Oh yeah.
Where's the popcorn? Huh?
You just forgot about it. Come back without it.
I'm in Cyberdyne now.
Gotta stop Skynet.
Yeah, just like, ooh.
Baldur's Gate 3. That's what Don says. Okay, yeah, no, I think it's been up for a while.
There
right?
is. It's been up for a while. It's kind of nice.
think
The
it did.
graphics are cool. It's the same thing as Baldur's Gate. It's the same gameplay, like turn-based, like role-playing video game. So I don't know. If you're into that, you'll have fun. Like I started playing, but I'm too busy. I have to draw. So, but the game's there. At some point, I'll pick it up again.
For sure. That's how it goes. Yeah. Okay. All righty, gang. We'll throw this little note in here. Eiffel 65, my console.
Isn't that a band?
Yeah. I'm picturing, aren't they blue?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die.
Oh, those are Eiffel 65. I have no idea.
65, yeah.
I don't listen to that kind of music.
He's got a great, maybe, I don't know, I haven't heard this tune, but we swap songs a lot, and he's got I trust this is a little toe tapper. We'll find out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody. We want to thank you, Mike, for joining us.
Thank you, man. It's awesome. Yeah.
It's a good show.
I want to thank the chat for coming by. To all the old and new faces, lots of both here this week. Yeah. So I want to thank you for that. Atrocity Press, we got you coming on in a couple weeks. I think 2 weeks.
Yeah.
RJ, thanks for coming by, sir. Vic, nice to meet you, partner.
What's up, Vic?
Don, thank you for coming by with a cat and a bow tie. I have a bow tie for my dog named Binky.
Yeah.
Just there. Neo Star, thanks for coming by, Stefan. Old Dirty Fatty, stay dirty and fat, my friend. And if you could get younger, I would wish that for you if that is something you would like.
If you can get younger, just get dirtier. That's something you can manage.
Yeah. Take it back 20 years and then just really ramp up the dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it. Okay. All righty, everybody. We're going to go ahead and let me scroll down to the bottom here. All right. Good night. All right, Don.
Good night.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
And remember, guys, make your soul glow.
Yeah, make your soul glow. We have been cunt slop. Good night.
Good night.